Welcome to FTB Saturdays or FTB Fridays, depending on what you want to say. It says Fridays in the background. We're actually recording this on Friday, the 22nd of April at 6:21 p.m. But this is showing up on Saturdays, but it says Friday. So if you want to hear me riff about the name of the show for 5 minutes, smash that like button. But otherwise, we're going to keep going. Welcome. I'm Jason C. McLean, and welcome to Dawn McSweeney.
Hello.
How are you?
The like button either way.
Yeah.
I'm good. It's Earth Day. Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day, and it was 420 earlier this week.
It was pretty good.
That was one of the holidays we missed last week when we were talking about holiday, although it wasn't on the weekend.
It's true.
It's a big holiday for those of you who celebrate Happy 420. For those of you who like Earth, Happy Earth Day. For those of you who don't like the Earth, well,
get a flight out. Like, bro, this is our planet. We have to like it. Like, we have to just snuggle it. Okay.
Now, almost a month from now, May 21st, it's party time at the S.A.T. Yes, the Montreal Mayor Valérie Plante has made is going to try a pilot project. The S.A.T, the S.A.T, which is like a multimedia performance bar. Obviously, it's a bar. That's the key part of this story. They sell alcohol. They're going to be open and selling alcohol for 24 hours. It's going to go from 10 p.m. on the Saturday till 3 a.m. on the Sunday. Now, I have some thoughts about this, but let's start with you, Don. What do you think about this pilot project?
Well, I think it's a great idea. I mean, as long as, I think those, I forget what they're called, like blue laws or pearls, clutching pearl laws, or panties in a bunch laws. Like, I'm not for those. Like, I understand that there is more risky behavior on the streets of Montreal as the bars close and let out. So now, if you're serving all night, does that mean that paces out? There was there was a suggestion that it helps to minimize binge drinking, because now you're not in a hurry. Now you're not like, oh my God, get drunk before last call. Now you're like, oh, it's there if you want it.
Have you ever seen Saint Laurent Boulevard at 3:20 a.m. on a Saturday night in the summer? It's when the bars let out, everyone's forced out at the same time. I think a good look. I think it's a good project, but I mean, I know this is as far as Valérie Mayor Plante can do on the first. I talked to her like we're buddies. As far as she can do on her first attempt at it. But I think really what they should do is not just have it one venue, one night. By the way, that place is going to be packed. It's going to be packed. If I was the S.A.T, I'd be preparing to sell a lot of booze that night. It's I would actually take a strip of bars like Lower St. Denis, something like that, where people always let out at a certain time, and they're always packed at the end, and let them close when they want. Don't force them to stay open 24 hours. Let them close when they want. If a bar, I think bars should be able to decide when they have their last call. No government imposed last call. There's all violence on the street when and danger when people are all drunk on the street. If you have like some bars will close at midnight, some bars will close at 5 a.m., some bars are closed at 4:30. When they run out, let it be a trickle. That
makes more sense. And the fact that you wouldn't have a last call, once again, to me, it means that you would have that thing where people are literally just calling their own last call. Like, sometimes it's time to go home.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're serving all day, then that's your call. Go your ass home now. It's time.
Yeah, stop treating like drinking and partying as something that needs to be policed as like a cultural no-no or something, like you said, the clutching pearls.
And
morality. It's not morality.
While I don't like over policing of any kind, I don't mind over policing of drunk people. It's true. Like, I live in a plateau area whereby if I walked out of my house at 3 a.m, there would be a lot of rowdy folks possibly on some days, right? So it's like, I do want to know that there's some system by which, I don't know, could we just get old-fashioned hall monitors? Like, I don't want cops. I just want people to be there, cooler older kids to be there and be like, hey man, tone it down a notch.
Yeah, but it's not a public morality issue. It should be maybe a public safety issue, but not a public morality
as a safety
issue.
100%.
there's no difference between someone working at a bar at 2 a.m. and someone working at an office at 10 a.m., but one seems more like generally socially acceptable. Like it's
no, speaking of socially acceptable, can I tell you that the only time I've seen somebody shoot up in public in Montreal was during when we had lockdowns and curfews, because sometimes it is just better to have a place where people can have a drink with friends.
Yeah.
I'm not, and because it all trickles down, and it turns out if you lock people out of their friend's house, they're shooting up in alleys. And if you lock them out of bars, they're getting drunk alone. Like it's a twisted thing, and morality shouldn't be the thing dictating how we live our lives. Especially we're a pretty awesome town that needs to get our tourism back.
I read the article, or the Gazette, Mathieu Grondin, who's actually been featured on this site. He's one of the people working with the mayor on this project, a big nightlife supporter. And he said in Berlin they have places that are bars that go 24 hours. And I wonder about Russia though. You think they got bars? I know who can't go to Russia. Good segue. 61 Canadians can no longer go to Russia. The list is banned, and it now includes mayors. It includes like the mayor of Toronto, the mayor of Winnipeg, Doug Ford. Now, you didn't like this joke in the pre-discussion, but like, I'm just wondering, how come no Valerie Plante or Francois Legault? What do they have to do to get on this list?
Oh, for the love of it. Anyway, for the reason that the Toronto mayor got banned and stuff, I'm pretty sure. Okay, you have two choices. I think they Googled places near the capital of Canada. I think that's what Putin did. Yeah. I don't know how Winnipeg got involved. The other thing is, I think they might have gone by maybe Ukrainian, like how much donations are coming from a province or something.
Maybe, yeah. What Legault did is he had the S.A.T block Russian vodka, which apparently is like 3 brands that no one buys, but again, it wasn't kind of like low stakes. If
you want to hear more on that, tune back about 3 weeks. That was fun. Okay, go. But yeah, I don't know what Legault really did to put himself on Putin's radar. Also, I'm just like, bro, man, can't we just, like, somebody's got to go cap him? Like, I understand that it's not a politically correct way to, but like, you're going to tell me that all his inner circle really, really stands by him and believes in him that much, and nobody's just going to poison his coffee? Like, I don't understand how this has gone on so long.
I don't know how the oligarchs are standing by him. Like that like they're getting their boats, their yachts impounded and stuff like that.
It is
like,
crazy. It's I'm so.
You think they really care about you? Yeah, like Ukraine. Like, no, it's
the History Channel is going to have a whole like 12-part series on this in 15 years about how this all unfolded, what was really going on. My mind is boggled. I have more questions than answers. I just want it to end its nonsense.
Yeah. Now,
Russia. Oh, I heard, I don't know if it's true. I just saw it on a ticker somewhere, but that places that are having Ukrainian flags up in Canada are being are being targeted by vandals and stuff. Now, I'm not going to say that I can't really validate that that's true, but what I can validate is that when people start taking sides for other people's shit, there becomes conflict somewhere, right? So yeah. I just think it's crazy that that would happen.
Yeah. Now, Dawn, you wanted to talk about something which I was like, it's kind of celebrity gossip, but it's not really. It's not gossip. It's actually a pretty serious trial, defamation trial, like assault trial. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. From what I gather is they're both apparently horrible people, and they both abused each other. That's the take I got, not really paying attention. But you've been paying more attention.
I've been paying more attention, not like Free Britney amounts of attention. I did cover that enough that I could have answered. But I mean, okay, so they're both colorful and perhaps not the most morally outstanding people. I mean, there's a lot of substance abuse and partying, and there's a whole lot of drama both ways. But there's audio and stuff that's been available for years that, I mean, Amber Heard looks like the bad guy here. This is a defamation case where I forget how much Johnny Depp is suing her for, because at the end of the day, he's been canned from movies and stuff, while despite the fact that she, as you know, as somebody who's not paying attention, she doesn't come out in the best light here, to say the very least. But productions are still going forward with her.
She was kicked off Aquaman, wasn't she? Off the Aquaman sequel? She was in the first one. Wasn't she kicked out of the sequel?
I heard something was coming up soon with her, but I think that was, maybe I'm wrong, but what I saw was was that they hadn't kind of blacklisted her to the same degree they blacklisted him. And I understand, like, it's a little more charming when you have a cute little blonde girl and you could be like, but really, what could she do? But these audio things that are coming out are terrible, of her mocking and belittling and things like that. And as a survivor of domestic abuse, I find the whole thing, you know, distasteful. Yeah, it was an ugly relationship, but to hear these things played, like, if you're ever in a situation where you feel like this doesn't feel right, it fucking isn't. And even for these things that are just words and stuff, when you start to add it all up together, like, obviously they were toxic together, but it's rare that you get the actual fingerprint of a relationship like this, where you have all the audio, where you have all these testimonies, and it's just like tiny step by tiny step, it gets to unbelievably horrific shit. So
yeah. Well, something that's at least I can't segue. We'll talk about masks. They're apparently the Quebec's mask mandate is like was supposed to be ending at the end of April, but it's going to be except for public transit. But now it's going to be continuing for indoor spaces until at least mid-May.
Jason, forever and ever. You know what? We'll probably lose our masks for just about tourist heyday-ish, you know, for about 5 minutes, and then they're going to tell us we have to mask up again because fall is coming. Right around then, people who don't have immunocompromised situations, we're still lining up for the 4th shot and you know, count down those days.
Yes, the 4th shot. Yeah.
And to be honest, I haven't been sick in so long that I don't know why I would ever take it off on public transit. Like, I'm pretty sure of everything I've done, I feel safe taking it off in a store right now. But you know what? Public transit, I would still possibly wear it forever.
Well, for me, I even said the early, like when the pandemic, like mid 2020, I was like, you know, how I'll know that I'll feel completely safe, like this is over, is when we don't have to wear a mask on the bus or metro. Like, that was what I was thinking. That, and I guess maybe it's still at that stage, but yeah, like, that's true.
Once again, it's not about as much as we have cases. And right now, in my position as a social person and a professional person, like, everybody has COVID. I haven't spoken to that many people who have it badly. Everybody's all vaxxed up and triple vaxxed and all that stuff. But like, everybody, swing a cat, everybody has COVID.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
But once again, we're not trying to protect people. I really firmly believe the Legault government is just trying to protect the healthcare system because it is so frail and broken, and more broken than ever. And right now,
and it's an election year.
Oh, which, by the way, don't forget, as soon as you file those Quebec taxes, bam, you're supposed to get that $500 because he's trying to buy your vote. So get your taxes done, everybody. Doesn't mean you have to vote for him, but you can still take that money.
You can still take his money, yes. And
take the money.
I guess on a sad note, hockey, for those of sports fans, Guy Lafleur, Montreal Canadiens legend, passed away. Rest in peace. I mean, I always watch I'm a playoff bandwagon jumper. Habs aren't doing that great this year, but everyone knows the name Guy Lafleur. Like, he's a local legend, right?
Yes, I did catch a glimpse of Legault talking about it before. And
he's going to get a state funeral in Quebec, actually, a national funeral in Quebec, apparently.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's so many things happening that I understand and that it's a big thing, but it just, it didn't hit me enough that I thought Legault should be talking about it right now. I don't know. Well, I don't know what I think he should be talking about, but I feel like he's just
incredibly, like, he's definitely part. If you're like a Habs fan or something, or you're like, he's part of the fabric. Like, I think he deserves it. Like, yeah, and I don't hold anything against Google for that. But I guess the positive note, it's really nice day today on Friday. If it's Saturday when you see this, you know, I'm starting to think of doubt the logic of attaching a day of the week to the name of a show. But at FTB Fridays or FTB Saturdays, you can follow me at Jason C. McLean on Twitter and Instagram, and Dawn McSweeney at McMoxie on Twitter and Instagram. You can get the Android app, with the iOS one still coming soon. And you can like us on Facebook, share it, follow Forget the Box on Facebook, on YouTube, smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and for daily or for content, as always, check out forgetthebox.net, We'll catch you next week for another FTB Fridays or Saturdays.